A very good evening to you all. Thank you for joining us for the 10 o'clock edition of the UBC News Tonight with me, WADULO Mark Arnold. Without further ado, let's get into the headlines, then start the bulletin. In the UBC News Tonight, Museveni calls for proper land use and condemns fragmentation. Karamoja Diocese Bishop wants leaders involved in corruption to confess. North Chigezi gets a new bishop next Sunday. And a clean sweep for Aziz Damani at the 2022 Season Awards. Thank you for joining us. We now give you the news in detail. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has warned residents of Bunyangabu districts against acts of land fragmentation, calling for proper land use and management. In a speech read for him by the Prime Minister, Robina Nabanja, Museveni congratulated residents upon securing land titles, acknowledging that this would ensure security of tenure and stop land evictions. The event to issue out over 4,000 land titles was co-officiated by the Minister for Lands, Housing and Urban Development, Judith Nabakova.
They braved the rain, endured the storm, and persevered coldness to give the people of Bunyangabu district security assurance on their land. About 4,454 land titles were issued as Judith Nabakova joined the Prime Minister in this cause.
United, free, together we will all.
Robina Nabanja was here to represent President Yoweri Museveni.
We told you that the government of NRM does not deceive.
The president's message against land fragmentation was well articulated with emphasis on proper land use.
This program under the Uganda Land Fund goes hand in hand with PDM, and that should motivate you to use your land productively, especially since you have fertile soils and adequate rainfall in this part of the country. The schedule here should be to grow improved and fast maturing cash crops so as to join the cash economy as promised by the NRM government in the NDP-3.
The president acknowledged as important the achievement of issuing these Milo land titles. He said it would ensure security of tenure and stop land evictions.
It is very important to address issues of multiple rights on land because that is the beginning of fighting poverty, food insecurity, and addressing issues that will lead to sustainable development, improved land management, and security of tenure in both the rural and urban areas.
The initiative is championed by Uganda Land Commission and the Ministry of Lands. Judith Nabakova is the Minister for Lands, Housing and Urban Development.
We are trying to achieve what we committed to deliver in the NRM manifesto. We talked about reducing land disputes in the country, but also achieving land tenure security by giving titles to bona fide and lawful occupants through use of land fund. This has been achieved through the Uganda Land Commission. We have been buying land, and also Bunyangabu has benefited from the Uganda Land Fund.
As part of government commitment to land security, Nabakova says the program will be rolled out across the country.
This
Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, is so committed towards what we are doing as a ministry. And I want to thank the honorable members of this area, the minister who have worked tirelessly to see us that we are delivering these titles today. Out of the 4,454 titles, 92 are titles for institutions. These I'm talking about health centers, schools, markets, road reserves, wetlands, forestry area. All those places have been properly demarcated and titled.
All this took place shortly after the Prime Minister laid a foundation stone for Kirito Primary School main hall. A fundraising drive was held for the school facility, which is due to be named Kaguta Hall, as a way of honoring the head of state. Speaker of Parliament Anita Among contributed 50 million Uganda shillings. The Prime Minister offered 10 million, while Lands Minister extended 2 million shillings. The ceremony was also witnessed by State Minister for Gender, Peace Mutuzo, members of Parliament, officials from Ministry of Lands, locals, religious and opinion leaders. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Chiduhura District NRM Chairperson Shadrach Nzeire has refuted allegations that General Muhoozi Kainerugaba mobilizers and supporters are fighting against the legitimate NRM government. Nzeire, who happens to be a brother to President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, was officiating at the launch of General Muhoozi Kainerugaba music album in Kafu, Nakasongola District.
Talent girls subjugated Kafu, Nakasongola District as residents confined to witness the official launch of General Muhoozi Kainerugaba music album. Men in uniform also participated in the music show the entire length of time. Organized by Karoro Trinity Band in Nakasongola, the gala was graced by different dignitaries.
Luyitibwa ekishahe nga lwogera ku Muhoozi nti yagenda okujja oba tugambe nti ye muzannya agenda okujja, era tusaba tiimu zonna ezibadde mu kuzannya zimwetegekere nti ajja, era tuli sure nti omupiira guli ku goolo tujja kuteeba.
Came to support them because MK stands for sports and entertainment as the core values which can even promote a lot of employment for the young people.
The NRM Chairperson Kiruhura District, Shadrach Nzeire, represented General Muhoozi Kainerugaba at this event.
Because the youth were redundant, but now they are in active activities. So even NUP has dropped support because they don't have time to go and go in useless things. The little time they come, they go to exercise and develop their talents. So I thank you viewers. Also support MK. Is not against the leadership that is in power. We are just reinforcing the leadership.
The MK movement team acknowledges that it is through such talents that a section of youth can secure their future.
General's goal is promoting talent, is promoting sports, is promoting art, is promoting entertainment. He wants people to earn from their talent. People should earn more. He wants more Ronaldinhos, he wants more Ronaldo, he wants more David Beckhams. That's what he's looking at. He doesn't just look at people playing Ibika football and they go home and they earn 10,000 either, they go home. So we are looking at a prolonged campaign. So I only urge the youth to be strong and come out and show your talent, because we are sure everyone has a talent and the talent can pay more than even an engineer. So come out, the youth, show your talent, because now there is someone who is MK, who is a standby generator, who is coming in 2026 to help you out in your problems.
At the end of the event, MK movement team extended financial support worth 15 million shillings towards the development of talent within the area. Robert Onyango, UBC News.
All roads lead to Rukunjiri next Sunday as North Kigezi Diocese gets a new bishop. Bishop-elect Right Reverend Onesmus Asimwe will be consecrated the 6th Bishop of North Kigezi Diocese on the 12th of March 2023 at St. Emmanuel Cathedral, Chinyasano, Rukunjiri Municipality. Bishop Asimwe was elected bishop in January 2023 by the House of Bishops at Lueza Training and Conference Center to replace the Right Reverend Benon Majezi, who succumbed to COVID-19 in 2021.
North Kigezi Diocese is getting a new bishop next Sunday. Bishop-elect Reverend Onesmus Asimwe is to be consecrated as the 6th bishop of the North Kigezi in Rukunjiri district. Right Reverend Onesmus Asimwe has been the chaplain of St. Francis Chapel Makerere University since 2018.
When I heard a voice, and the voice was asking me a question, Onesmus, do you not know that your body is the temple of God? So I looked around because I heard the voice. Now I do not know whether I heard it with these physical ears or some inner ear, but I heard. And I sat on the floor and invited Jesus in my heart.
Asimwe says he was inspired to join church service through the late Archbishop Livingstone Koyoyo, who had heard of his gift in the healing, intercession and deliverance prayers.
He invited me in the year 2001. I served as the program officer, sat me down and said, Onesmus, I've heard your story. I know about your gifts, and I'm concerned that there is an exodus of young people moving into independent churches.
During his tenure as Archbishop Church of Uganda, the retired Bishop Henry Lukorombi appointed him as his chaplain. Rombi also encouraged Asimwe to join the ministry, which he did by going for training at Uganda Christian University Mukono.
And I served, but he kept saying, one of these days you're going to wake up and you'll find a collar around your neck. And in 2009, he invited me to his office and gave me forms to fill to do a master's program at Bishop Tucker School of Divinity and Theology. And true to his word, before he retired, I was already an ordained minister.
Asimwe was ordained into priesthood at St. Peter's Cathedral Rugarama in Kigezi by Bishop George Katwesije a decade ago. He was later appointed the youth coordinator, Church of Uganda, a job he did with passion until he was posted to Makerere University chaplaincy.
Now, I have a passion for young people because when I see them, I do not see their current state. I don't see the current status. I look at who they will be 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road.
The chaplaincy of St. Francis Chapel Makerere has held Thanksgiving farewell service to honor his 5 years of service at the highest institution of learning in Uganda.
Makerere University called me Uncle O, and so I bless the Lord for the time he has given me to serve.
Asimwe is a teacher by profession who taught at Kigezi High School for close to 2 decades. He is married to Florence, with whom they have 3 children.
The Speaker of Parliament, Among Anita, has embarked on training local leaders in Bukedia district on the rules of procedures while deliberating pertinent issues in the district and other law councils. The leadership skills attained in the training are expected to foster development in the district by monitoring government projects for better service delivery.
Hundreds of local government councillors in Bukedia district have been retooled in leadership skills by the Speaker of Parliament, Among Anita, to foster development through monitoring government programs for better service delivery. During the training, the Speaker of Parliament, Among Anita, was hailed for her tireless efforts to bridge gaps in leadership skills that have impacted service delivery.
I want to thank the Right Honourable Speaker of Parliament, who comes from Bukedia district. I want to say that from the time Bukedia was created, this is one of the first of its kind to happen to our own councillors. This is a very big gap we have been having. Councillors are elected into the system. They come when they are completely empty. But now, through this training, people have learned that you are supposed to stay with the electorate most of the time. You're supposed to interact with them. You're supposed to find out what is happening in your community.
Patrick Adingo, the Bukedia Town Council councillor, lauded the Speaker of Parliament for organizing for them such a training, expressing that it was a long overdue.
We thank God so much for Honourable Anita, who has tried her best to bring us on board. Because in the past, we even do not know how to execute our duties. We don't know how to move emotions. We do not have local government act as the tools of the council, basically the tools. Local government act, the constitution, standard rules of procedure. But to date, Honourable Anita has done the best.
The local councillors decried the use of English language, saying it has limited their deliberations in the council chamber.
If you are not clear with this English, the law allows you to use your local language. However, you seek authority from the Speaker that I'm not able to express myself in English, and definitely she or he should be able to clear you to express in your local language.
The participants have been tasked to transform the skills attained in order to realize better service delivery in their district.
Let them look for information in order for them to execute their roles. We have done our parts. It is now them to execute their part.
Joseph Oko and Mohammed Iga, UBC.
Now, mourners have this Sunday thronged the home of the late presidential advisor on media and public relations, John Nagenda, to commiserate with the family. Nagenda passed on at the age of 84 at Kampala Hospital on Saturday.
Mourners have flocked the residence of the late John Nagenda, located in Muyenga, Kampala, to sympathize with the late family upon the loss. Reverend Canon Augustine Musewu Fumagala of Buloba Church of Uganda led mourners in prayers for the repose of the deceased's soul and to comfort the family.
Enungi nze namumanya nabamanya yene nsibambi Apollo nsibambi n'abalala abamu ku bakwano baabwe naye baali basajja bakyembogerako baali basajja bamazima and we were straight.
Nagenda has passed on while still serving as a senior presidential advisor on the media and public relations, also a columnist with the New Vision.
Abantu badde babisomera bamanyi. That's why you are seeing them flocking in. Okulaba nti omuntu waffe ono yenna agenze naye twesiga Katonda nti amututte era y'anaamulabirira gy'amututte. We want to pray for Mario and his wife and the children and all the relatives n'abantu abadde ayamba. Abadde wa kisa eri ku kyalo ewaffe, nze mbeera Buloba, abadde wa kisa gye tugenda omuziika, so twebaza Katonda olw'obulamu bwe, ayambye abantu bangi.
Musewufu asked those still holding public offices to emulate Nagenda's legacy of hard work and commitment to work for the good of the country.
Abadde ayagala Uganda entereevu, abantu gye bayinza okusanyukiramu. Abanaku ne basanyuka. Omanyi ffenna tuyinza kuba bagagga. But you know, we want a situation where nga rights, human rights nga ziri respected, nga abantu abatufuga nga tubeesiga, tebabba bintu bya gavumenti, tebabba bintu by'abantu. Ebintu ebyo tebabadde ayagala era mu kuwandiika kwabadde abirumiriza.
Born in 1938, indeed, John Nagenda has left behind a legacy of a prolific writer and literally a critic of all time.
He had, his English was English, you know. Oh yes, he spoke English better than the Englishman. His expressions were just wonderful. I understand someone's been telling me he went through King's College and Mwiri, Soga College Mwiri, two great schools, you know, built on Christianity. Those are church schools. So we are very, very proud of them. But it's a legacy.
Robert Onyango, UBC News.
Now, a total of 97,890 candidates registered for the 2022 USCE examinations from 1,969 centers compared to the 98,392 candidates from 1,952 centers in 2020, which signifies a decrease of 502 candidates. Now, the number of eligible candidates who appeared for the 2022 USCE examinations were 96,557 compared to the 97,441 in 2022, a drop of 878 candidates. At least 104,476 candidates registered in 2019, with 109,429 sitting the USCE exams. The number of candidates registered under the UPOLET program was 17,321, which is 17.7% of the total candidature compared to the 17,647, which is 17.9% in 2020. At least 40,713 female candidates registered for USCE compared to the 41,190 in 2020. Females constituted 41.8% of the total number of candidates who took the examination in 2022. Under the special needs category, 222 students sat 2022 compared to the 208 that sat in the 2020 and are categorized as follows. 6 male and 7 female blind candidates considered Braille, 34 male and 24 female with low vision considered large print, 16 male and 12 female deaf candidates sat with sign language interpreters, 28 male and 27 female with physical impairments sat with support personnel, 8 male and 8 female with dyslexic conditions sat with transcribers, and 21 male and 31 female special needs candidates sat under the others category. The number of candidates passing at different pass levels included 41,974 candidates passed with 3 principal passes, and 19,536 of those were female, 22,437 were male, 25,841 passed with 2 principal passes, with 10,655 being female and 15,079 being male. 18,382 candidates got 1 principal pass, and among those 6,697 were female, 11,610 were male. 9,590 candidates got 1 subsidiary pass, with 3,169 being female, 6,344 being male, and 770 candidates got fails, and among those 180 were female and 553 were male. Now, a mammoth of crowds has stormed Simba Playgrounds located in central equatorial state of South Sudan capital to Juba to attend a special crusade prayer session led by the Miracle Center Cathedral senior pastor Robert Kayanja. Kayanja is in South Sudan at the invitation of his counterpart Pastor Martin Mbala of World Victory Center Church. Let's take a look at these details.
Patron Miracle Center Cathedral Rubaga Church, Pastor Robert Kayanja touched base at Juba International Airport in South Sudan, where he was warmly received by the head of World Victory Center Church, Martin Imbala, elders from South Sudan Born Again community, friends and South Sudan government officials. Kayanja briefed the media about his maiden visit to South Sudan at Juba International VIP Lounge.
We are here in a great country called South Sudan. This is my third time coming to South Sudan. The first one I came to pray for them on their independence, which they had attained from Sudan, and which all of us rejoice for. Then afterwards, calamities before this country, war broke out, and divisions among the leaders and also the people grew worse. Eventually, they ended up having no food.
Later, Pastor Kayanja, accompanied by other delegates, visited needy children and orphans at World Victory Center Church at Gumo, Mpawawa village in Juba, where he fed and treated a special meal before touring factories started by Pastor Bala to transform the South Sudanese community.
This time around, we've not just come to pray, we've not just come to distribute food, we've come to share another spiritual food, to also see what has happened since we were here in South Sudan. We are seeing the church, especially Victory Church here, is doing a fantastic job. We've seen the factories, we've seen the development, the production they are doing. It is a new level, a new mantle.
Pastor Kayanja later led a special Sunday prayer service at World Victory Center Church in Juba. Kayanja asked South Sudanese to unite, embrace teamwork and have a spirit of hope.
I think they've come to realize that no matter how different you are, we are all brothers and sisters, and we are Africans. And especially now they are part of East Africa, it makes it more difficult for them to just solve their problem by their own, because now they are brothers and sisters, and we need South Sudan in East Africa.
His host, also head of the World Victory Center Church, Martin Mbala, shared his expectations from Kayanja's spiritual message calling for reconciliation among citizens.
At this point, what South Sudan needs is a revival, because we had had through the oppression regime, but when they got independent, what we are now looking for is revival.
Pastor Kayanja is expected to meet South Sudan President early next week. Ivan Juko compiled this report for UBC News.
Now, the reality is that each of us wants to be known by the quality of our life, but not all of us always achieve that we set ourselves to get to do. And thus, those that do need to be embraced and emulated. Now, a case in point is Ibanda District St. Anne Secondary School Chihani student Fiona Nabasa, from a humble background, who was the best at her school and has started performing well under the student stewardship of Paul Bwenje. Against all the odds, she scored 19 points from her history, economics, Kiswahili and sub-maths combination in last year's Uganda Advanced Certificate of Education exams. Let's take a look.
And I managed to get a B in history, an A in economics, and an A in Kiswahili. And in my university, in university, I would like to take a course of education in arts, Kiswahili, or Bachelor of Business Administration. It's my dream. Like, I need to spread Kiswahili throughout the world, like the president says that the wananchi needs to learn Kiswahili, since it is going to be an official language in this country, and I love so. And above that, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni is my role model. That's why I need to push his idea of spreading Kiswahili around the world, because he is my role model and he is driving our country to a bright future, and I thank him for that. I would like to thank my parents who managed to pay for me school fees, my guardians, Mr. HM, who helped me here and there, because without him, I would maybe not make it, because like I'm from a humble family. They could not manage to pay for me school fees, but they gave me a bursary when I was joining O-level, and they also followed me and gave me a bursary when I was joining my A-level, so I'm proud of the school. Above that, I call upon my fellow students in St. Anne's Secondary School, just feel free, you will make it, because I've also made it from here. This is a good school, a school I'm proud of. Students in the whole country, I call upon you that you concentrate on education. Education is going to bring you a bright future.
Now, schools in Busoga also continue to celebrate success in the just released A-level examinations. Uganda National Examinations Board released the Senior 6 examinations in Kampala this Friday, sparking spontaneous celebrations among schools that scored highly.
Celebrations reverberated across Busoga as Senior 6 leavers celebrated their success in advanced level examinations. At Jinja Progressive Academy, where a number of students scored 20 points, it was celebrations everywhere. The best student was Mulumba Abe, PCM/ICT, Mbakomya Wycliffe, Head, Sub-Math, followed by Ainebiona Tracy, Heg ICT with 19 points. The school director Haj Swaib Chitezala says the school is committed to produce scientists for the country and the world over. At Lakeside, SS jubilation celebrations were spontaneous as the best student, Pario Vicent, offering BCM ICT, emerged best with 19 points.
And I thank God for making it through. I sat for BCM/ICT and I got 19 points. My dream is always to be a doctor. Yes, and I thank God who has led me through this journey. Thanks to my parents out there, wherever you are. And then thanks to the school administration. Yes, I did BCM, and you know biology is a tough subject for all students. But yes, I urge you out there to be hardworking. It's the only way to go, and consult a lot the teachers. Yes, God will make you through.
Thank the Almighty God, the most gracious and most merciful, who has enabled us to emerge among the best schools in this nation, especially in the sciences.
At Jinja College, 2 best students scored 16 points. The remaining excelling schools in Busoga include Chira College Butiki, Jinja College, Uganda SS, Wairaka College, Uganda High School, Jinja Comprehensive, among others.
Ndeje University Vice-Chancellor Reverend Canon Professor Olivia Nasaka Banja has urged engineering students to make themselves relevant to God, the academia and the general public through engaging themselves in research and creative innovations that offer solutions to mankind's problems. Professor Olivia Nasaka Banja made this call while officially launching the Ndeje University Faculty of Engineering Students Research and Innovations Board at a ceremony held at the university's main building at Ndeje Main Campus, Luwero District.
Ndeje University Vice-Chancellor Professor Olivia Nasaka Banja has advised the university students to venture into research and also learn to document ideas and patent innovations.
I would like to encourage you, the issues of patent rights, these people who run away with our innovations, watch out for them. But also, DBC, let us work on our patent policies and rights so that we are ready whenever there is an original creative idea or innovation, we really register it.
To ensure this is realistic, the university has set aside money for research and innovation to ensure engineering students are equipped to solve problems.
We are just basically looking at their practical skills. And then you must also note that we're also looking at the creativity, because we want people who are creative, since our engineers are there to solve problems in society.
We are building capacity in surveying in relation to as compared to Makerere and Chambogo, and mechanical engineering is a growing course. And as you have seen, most of the innovation shown are mechanical engineering projects.
Ndeje University Faculty of Engineering Students Research and Innovations Board is a brainchild of third-year civil engineering student Daisy Mbangizi.
The overall aim is to bridge up the gap
between academia and industry, not only for us to graduate with a theory, but how can we be able to start innovating right from year one. Research is a skill that is built over time. It's not something that you get out of the blue. So if research is built right from year one, how can I be able to contribute to the outside world? All in all, the Research and Innovation Board, its critical role is to push for the Nagenda University research and innovation agenda.
In a bid to showcase the importance of research innovations, documentation and development, Nagenda University has put in place a technology incubation center and a research and innovations directorate.
Now, the 2022 Uganda Advanced Certificate of Education exams released by UNEB shows that girls outcompeted their male counterparts. Now, at Citizen High School Crown City campus of St. Lawrence in Impigi, both students performed well in sciences, especially biology. Now, while at Paripale campus, they outperformed students in arts and sciences qualified to join any university, cooperating among students, teachers and parents also led to good performance.
The availability of laboratories and science equipment at Citizen High School Crown City campus of St. Lawrence Academy, schools and colleges in Impigi district enabled students who sat for 2022 Uganda Advanced Certificate of Education exams to excel. According to Deputy in Charge of Administration, Citizen High School Crown City campus, Patrick Wikiriza said the students scored extraordinary points in science subjects.
For this year, we are very grateful that our candidates who sat USE 2022 have performed well, that we have got many who are joining the university, including some who are joining on government sponsorship. And comparatively, when we look at the performance of their last year results, this one has been very good. So we really thank God for this wonderful performance.
He attributes the miracle achievements to Almighty God, committed, well-disciplined students and teachers, well-structured school administrators, parenthood and counseling.
Children had a lot of access to the practical areas since our campus is mainly science-based. So they did a lot in practicals. Teachers were keen in making sure that the candidates have access to practicals, and they were able to achieve that. Because here we offer holistic education for all the learners, actually, who are able to participate and compete on the national scene.
Citizen High School Crown City campus of St. Lawrence is the only science secondary school among St. Lawrence education empire with modern science laboratories and equipment. In the meantime, it was observed an increase of 2022 USCE students of Pali, St. Lawrence in academic performance in both arts and sciences.
First of all, it was a difficult year considering COVID-19, but I'm so happy to reveal that all our candidates, we searched 21 of them, and they all qualify for direct entry to the university. At least they were able to beat that requirement of getting at least 2 principal passes.
This has been achieved through students' hard work, God-fearing and support from parents, teachers and school administration. The school deputy of academics, Abdul Karim Kimera, says boys and girls excelled in all subjects.
We want to start by thanking our rector, the big sister. She's the driving force behind everything. The students themselves are very hard-working. If I can reveal, the foundation of St. Lawrence is so much based on hard work, and just like the late principal, Professor Mchibi, used to emphasize.
Maria Justin Tulina, administrator of St. Lawrence Academy, schools and colleges urged parents to trust them with their children for a decent holistic education service at all education levels. Sandra Kahunde, Robert Boita, UBC News.
Now, thousands of Catholic faithful in the entire West Nile, northern Uganda province made a pilgrimage to mark 100 years since the Komboni missionaries arrived in the region in the year 1910. The ceremony was at Paro Keto Memorial Ground that was presided over by the Archbishop of Gulu Diocese, John Baptist Odama, who proposed that the site be elevated to a level of one of other matters like that of Namugongo.
Dozens of Catholic believers from Pakwach, Nebi, Zombo, Arua, Lango and Achori were among the pilgrims who trekked for a distance to mark years since the Komboni ministry started activities in Uganda from 1910. The celebration was presided over by Gulu Archdiocese Bishop John Baptist Odama, who preached a message of peace and love.
This occasion, we are here this year, started 1910, March the 6th, when Bishop Gaya, with his companions, the Komboni missionaries, he came and celebrated Mass for the first time here in this place. That was bringing the good news of Jesus as the center and the summit of our lives.
Archbishop Odama also advised believers to be cautious on delivering to others the message contained in what Lord Jesus delivered during his teaching.
Eucharist is the sound foundation. It is the foundation and the end of the life of the church. This was declared by the bishops in 1965.
Fred Omach, a former cabinet minister and a son to the Paroketo Omach chief, vividly recalls the process under which the missionaries were welcomed in the area.
So now here we are going to build a very big tourist center for religious tourism. And in 2010, His Excellency the President, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, came here to celebrate 100 years when Ruakumaj, Kakolokolo Warui received the first Christian missionaries. And that year, the President donated to the diocese 50 million shillings. And we believe that this place will be built, and with the support of the President and with the support of the government as a tourist center for religious tourism.
The Ahmadiyya Muslim community has hosted its 17th National Peace Symposium in the newly inaugurated landmark building in the United Kingdom with the aim of maintaining peace. His Holiness Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad graced the occasion, where senior members of Parliament, ambassadors, faith leaders and representatives from 40 countries were in attendance.
The Ahmadiyya has marked its 17th National Peace Symposium in the newly inaugurated landmark building in the United Kingdom.
Without true leadership, we will see conflict and we will see war. And let us hope, by the leadership of events like tonight, we will manage to reduce that conflict and we will get towards true peace.
The Peace Conference was launched in 2006 and is a landmark event to the Ahmadiyya community worldwide. The London event was characterized by a prize-giving ceremony to persons that have served beyond self.
We hold such events so we can proclaim our firm conviction that only in peace lies the salvation of the world. Peace is the golden key to unlocking the door to societal progress and development, and ensuring that our future generations can thrive and prosper.
His Holiness Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad highlighted the Islamic principles of achieving world peace.
His Holiness gave a very, very wise speech about how the world needs to come together and achieve peace and avoid nuclear war.
Every person should look inwards, not just the political leaders, they're mostly the policymakers, of course, but all of us should look inwards. How can we help put out the fires that we see. And I think we shouldn't think we can't. But if each of us think we can play a small role, maybe the combined effect is something significant.
The event was televised live on 10 channels globally.
The National Unity Platform lawyer Anthony Wameri Yeboah has been laid to rest in Buhaweka Town Council, Namisindo District. Party members led by the party president Robert Chagulanyi Sentamu commended the late for his tireless work done for Ugandans. Speaking during the burial held at Bukaweka Town Council playground, Robert Chagulanyi lauded the late Council Wameri for the spirit exhibited in providing legal support to all NUP members.
Born in 1978, late Anthony Wameri, a lawyer to the opposition National Unity Platform who passed on in the USA on 8th Feb this year, has been laid to rest at Bukakweka Town Council, Manafwa District, amidst the party supporters, relatives and other mourners, commending his work as a lawyer, a preacher and a politician.
His children will walk all over the corners of Uganda, heads high. Kulinya lya kitaawe bajja kunywerako amazzi mu nsi muno. Nga bw'otambula mu nsi n'ogamba kitange yali Wameri, abantu basobola okukola olugendo lw'amazzi n'onywa.
Mathias Mpuuga, the lawyer of opposition in Parliament, lauded the late for his professional work exhibited in court martial.
Wameri was calm and collected, but firm. In the court martial, where he excelled in rescuing as many as possible, we were there. His calmness and firmness were the peak of these endeavors.
Late Wameri left 3 sons and the widow Oliver Wameri, who commended him for the love he exhibited despite his busy schedule.
For him, death is a gain because he then gain eternal life. Kutandika kirala kumaliriza kirala ne baza Mukama nti amaliriza bulungi olugendo lwe. Njagala okwebaza Mukama olw'abantu ab'enjawulo abayimiridde naffe kuba alwadde ebbanga ddene naye ng'obulwadde businze kumuluma mu myaka 2 egisembayo. Ne neebaza Mukama olw'abantu ab'enjawulo ababaddewo.
John Baptist Nambeshe, the Manjia constituency member of parliament, also the opposition chief whip, stressed that late Anthony has been a pillar in the party and has died at a time when his services are most needed.
One very captivating character trait that I could also testify about Wameri is that he was genuinely God-fearing, upright, righteous, could prematurely go at a time like this when the struggle needed him most.
The chief mourner, also the party president general Robert Chagulanyi Sentamu, lauded the late for being a friend to all and his total commitment to the work of the party at no cost.
Ngalinya boda nagenda no solving ensonga bomugamba waliwo omwana bamukutte alinyirawo boda nga batuseeko waliwo be baleeta kati mu military court nga yatukira ku boda in no time nga Wameri abatus. That is Anthony Wameri nga buli omu Wameri amanyi nti buli omu asanira human rights ze.
Story by Yiga Muhammad for UBC News.
Now, at least 202 have officially taken their oaths as fully recognized engineers with the Uganda Engineers Registration Board. The activity marked the end of this year's Uganda and World Engineers Day celebrations. Dr. Adam Markmott of Markmott and Chiwanga Company Advocates administered the oaths at Chambogo UERB offices.
Though Uganda has over 20,000 engineers in various fields, less than 2,000 of these are fully registered and recognized by both the Uganda Institute of Professional Engineers and Uganda Engineers Registration Board. As part of the activities to mark the end of this year's World Engineers Day celebrations, 202 engineers from the various engineering fields took oaths for full membership of the Uganda Engineers Registration Board as required by law.
As an engineer,
I commit myself that I shall, to the best of my own knowledge and belief, abide to all provisions as contained in the Engineers Registration Act.
The board's registrar, Ronald Namongera, allied fears that there is bureaucracy in the registration exercise so long as one has the right qualifications.
Today we have registered 202 engineers across the fields of civil, electrical, mechanical, chemical and agriculture. And the process is very smooth. This year we managed to do that 200 and we can even do much more. All one needs is to work in a position of responsibility, that is engineering responsibility, for up to 4 years.
Engineer Andrew Muhwezi of Uganda Institute of Professional Engineers revealed that emphasis is going to be on building the capacity of engineers in local governments.
Where local government is the heart of service delivery in the country, and the engineers at local government play a very, very fundamental role, because most of the work that takes place is development work. Infrastructure development, and certainly you need very qualified engineers.
This year's Engineers World celebrations ran under the theme Engineering Innovation for a More Resilient World. Sandra Kahunde, Juko Colin, UBC News.
Let's now take a short commercial break and return with business.
Transport to the wrong person. Here's how to reverse it with MTN mobile money. Dial *165#. Select My Account. Select Initiate Reversal. You will see your last 3 transactions. Select the transaction you want to reverse. Enter your mobile money PIN and you'll get an SMS confirmation that the transaction has been blocked from being withdrawn. And that's it. Please note, only transactions that haven't been withdrawn can be reversed.
This isn't just a girl. She is the future. This is a teacher, a doctor, a community leader, our future president.
This is our family's pride.
This is my friend.
This is the future of our nation.
She is the future of Uganda, and the policies I enact today will protect her from teenage pregnancy.
She is the hope of our community, and I will talk to others about how we must protect her.
She is our family's pride, and I will protect her from child marriage and talk to her about the dangers of teenage pregnancy. We each have a role to play in empowering our teenage girls to protect them from child marriage and pregnancy, because when we empower them, we empower our nation. Protect the girl, save the nation.
Their support meant so much to me. I stayed focused and was protected from child marriage and teenage pregnancy. I will support other girls against child marriage and teenage pregnancy.
Take action. Report any case of defilement or child marriage to the police or call Sawuti 116.
Get the most affordable 4G smartphone in Uganda from Airtel. Now heavily discounted from 250,000 shillings to 150,000 shillings only. Yes, 150,000 shillings only to keep you connected to your loved ones.
Dial *175*94# to activate free 1GB instantly and 100% double data on all weekly and monthly bundles for 3 months. Get one today while stock lasts from the nearest Airtel shop. With Airtel, the smartphone network.
Fish farming expo and training.
Ekajansi ku Aquaculture Research and Development Center kutandika Friday nga 24 mpaka Sunday nga 26 March 2023 sawa 2 ez'okumakya buli lunaku konsirenya ku 5 zokka n'omutwalo kubuli training jangu oyige okwongera ku makungula ne sente zofuna mu byennyanja oyige bwe baalusa endiisa n'enkola y'emmere y'ebyennyanja endwadde n'enzijanjaba yaabyo era obikuuma otya nga biramu ate nga bya mutindo omwoleso kutire bakukubeerere mu byebyennyanja bouncing kazo z'abaana ebisanyusa ntoko endokokesigu buli lwaggulu okuva mu bayimbi ba Uganda ab'enjawulo eno olaba oyiga ng'ate onyumirwa obulamu Freshwise kuba essimu 0702 62205 oba 0772 okumanya ebisingawo tosuwa omwoleso gw'ebyennyanja oguwagiddwa naro nga gutegekeddwa Slick Stars.
Did you know that you can safely and conveniently make your school fees payments anytime, any school, anywhere using Airtel Money? Oh yes! Simply pick up your phone and dial *185#. Select option 6, school fees. Choose between school pay, peg pay, or shore pay. Enter student number. Enter amount, confirm name and transaction. Enter Airtel Money PIN. A confirmation message will be sent to you upon a successful transaction. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
It's true what people say, that when I wash and you wash your hands with soap, we'll have less infections as Ugandans. After all, it's hands that handle money. It's hands that feed us. Hands that prepare soil for farming. Hands that we use to learn. And hands that we use for fun.
When I wash and you wash, it means clean hands for all. So, wash your hands with soap and clean water regularly to keep away infections and disease-causing germs. This message is from the National Hand Washing Secretariat with support from UNICEF. Are you tired of high fees and slow transfer time when sending money? Look no further. Airtel Money is here to revolutionize the way you move your money. We have revised our rates, and now sending money from Airtel to other networks in Uganda, East Africa, and to the rest of the world has never been more affordable. Plus, you can trust Airtel Money to get your money where it needs to go quickly and safely. Simply dial *185# and start sending money. Switch to Airtel Money today and experience unbeatable rates and top-notch services for all your local and international money transfer needs. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News Tonight. Now, in the world of business, value addition is one of the gospels that have been spread for proper gathering of proceeds out of agricultural products in Uganda. Unfortunately, the intensity on pumpkin growing and production is still low, which calls for more investment in value addition equipment for processing pumpkin products. The chairperson, Nkokongeru Area Cooperative Enterprises, Mitiana Henry Kasozi, wants government to boost in securing machinery for pumpkin production.
It is one of the crops with potential health and commercial benefits to farmers, traders and consumers. It is not only a delicious food, but also a source as well as medicine. This is what members of Nkokonjeru Area Cooperative Enterprises in Mitiana District understand about the pumpkin in their quest for value addition to this exclusive crop.
Tuwaliwo ze tusalaasala okukaza ate ne tubaawo ze tusala tuggyemu obusigo. Obusigo obwo abaagala obuli roasted nga bafuna, abaagala obwokolamu powder mu ngeri endala nga bafuna. Kale no tetuteekwa zimalawo.
From fresh juice, it graduates to wine, and from fresh leaves, it is processed into powder. All these come with commercial, health and medicinal benefits.
Ebikola by'ensujju biyamba nnyo ku bulamu bw'omuntu kubanga kyo ebintu bino byonna bye tulya mu bulamu bwaffe ekisinga bikuuma kalulwe. Kakati akalulu ako kagenda mu bintu bya kiragala, ebintu ebikola ki. Kakati bano abalwadde ba sukaali, abalwadde ba kansa, abalwadde bw'ebityo nga Professor Sali bw'atulaga ebiva mu nsujju byonna ddagala liva omwo mu nsujju.
Rich in zinc, the threat of prostate cancer could be dealt a blow. That is if the country embraced the production, processing, marketing and consumption of pumpkin products.
We can have a powder, and that powder, when it is processed, it is consumed as porridge, and it is very nutritious. The seeds there inside can be roasted and chewed, and they are a therapy to those people who are suffering from prostate cancer.
Unfortunately, here at Nkokonjeru Area Cooperative Enterprises, value addition is on small scale. Pumpkin cutting machine is light, while the powder processing equipment is equally small.
Twandwali tukola obuwunga bungi nnyo senga tufuna mashini ennene naye bumashini bwe buno bwe tulina tukolayo butono ne tuteeka ku katale ne butundibwa kyokka ate nga tukyetaaga amaanyi mu mutindo okulaba nti bwe tuba tukoze ebingi bimala bbanga ki tusobola okubeera nga tusobola okuexportinga ebintu byaffe kubanga babyetaaga ddala bangi.
In addition to saving grain in warehouses where farmers are issued with receipts, if they could build us at least a simple or a small kind of warehouse where we can preserve this pumpkin, then we could be also adding value.
Grown on small scale, but sourced from about 400 outgrowers, the pumpkins are sold to some consumers, while some are retained for value addition. Henry Kasozi, the chairman Nkokonjeru Area Cooperative Enterprises in Mityana, wants a government boost in this quest.
Gwe mulanga gwenkubira government yetuwe support etufunire ebyo bye twetaaga okukola. Buno obuuma butono nnyo bukolayo bukozi kantu nga bwe tunaaga nti waliwo show wanaabeerawo bwe wati naye senga oli ajja n'agamba nti neetaaga product obungi bwe buti tuba tetusobola bukola olw'okuba obuuma tetulina.
The pumpkin is a perishable crop which needs value addition, failure of which makes it lose quality at the expense of health and commercial benefits. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Sent transport to the wrong person? Here's how to reverse it with MTN mobile money. Dial *165#. Select My Account. Select Initiate Reversal. You will see your last 3 transactions. Select the transaction you want to reverse. Enter your mobile money PIN and you'll get an SMS confirmation that the transaction has been blocked from being withdrawn. And that's it. Please note, only transactions that haven't been withdrawn can be reversed.
Welcome back, and it's now time for sports. The Uganda Modern Pentathlon Federation has held its first national laser run at Kaboja International School. Being the first of its kind, it attracted athletes from French School and Kaboja International School. The objective of the event was to identify young athletes who will be competing in the Global Laser Run City Tour scheduled for July this year in Entebbe. Laser Run involves running and shooting, and the 2 events are part of the 5 that complement fencing, shooting, obstacle sport, among others, to make the sport modern pentathlon. Uganda's objective to have junior athletes to the 2026 Youth Olympic Games in Dakar, Senegal, are underway.
Top 2! Top 2! Who is winning?
Okay. Today we had our first ever national laser run here at Kaboja International School, and we'd like to thank the different participants from Kaboja International School as well as L'École Française who have been able to come. The objective of this activity is to identify the talents which we have in Uganda when it comes to the sport. This is the oldest Olympic sport in the whole world, though in Uganda we're only 4 years old. But we appreciate the support from the parents who have been able to come in handy. And we believe that this is the start. Actually, this event is like a startup for our main event, which is happening in July. That is the Global Leather Run City Tour. And the first edition will be in Entebbe, and we shall be sharing all that information. So, but today we had to show that at least we identify the athletes who are good, and we've been able to get some of those. We are still trying out different athletes in different schools. We shall be running different clinics as we try to grow the sport. But we'd like to thank the different stakeholders who have come on board to support us. We thank Sports Sponsors Africa, we thank Money Impressions, we thank Physiocare, Sports and Rehab, their physiotherapists, and everyone who has been able to support us. But we are grateful that it has been a successful event, and we look forward to more events. These kids actually come from within the community, and we believe that with their support, we know we shall grow the sport. But of course, the big stakeholder here are the schools and also the forces. We expect some of the forces to be here, but I think they will come on the next event. But we know that with their support, we shall be able to grow the sport. But the community is very, very crucial.
I like the long distance running because I see I'm better at it than my opponents. They can shoot, but I can run faster than them. So it gives me that advantage.
I like sports. I got a medal for the last awards day, telling me that I'm the best sportsman. So this is gonna inspire me to more sports.
Well, and that wraps up our weekend this night for the new UBC News Tonight. Thank you for being a lovely audience. With me, WADULO, Mark Arnold, and from the team, we must wish you a lovely week and a good night.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.